Sorry about that, guys. I had a error. I'm doing overnight diapers, Pampers versus Huggies to see which one is more absorbent and which one has a better shape. To it, they are both size 5. I personally like Huggies just because of the designs throughout the whole entire diaper and that it says front and back. They both have wetness indicators. This is the Huggies one. And then this is Pampers. They're both facing front. Overnight diapers are a little bit expensive, but they understandably are the most absorbent. I have done a review of 7th generation daytime versus 7th generation nighttime diapers if you want to see that as well. It will be in the diaper playlist along with this one. Put them side to side. It looks like Pampers is shorter, shorter and wider, and Huggies is taller and narrower. Now again, these are both size 5. Huggies is taller and narrower, and Pampers is a little bit wider and shorter. So I guess it all depends on what best fits you, baby, and that's why I kind of wanted to get the same size to compare shape as well. I will turn the camera back to me. And we'll open it up so you guys can see the inside. I have done a review of Pampers Pure and Huggies Little Snugglers and Swimmers. If you'd like to see those as well, they're all in the diaper playlist. Hopefully I will be able to do a couple more diaper videos today. I like that Pampers has this like mesh lining to the diapers, so it really keeps the wetness away from the child. I can't pull it up like I was able to do the other ones. It only smells like baby powder only because it was in there with a Love's diaper, because I will be doing that as well. This mesh doesn't come up like the Pampers Pure. The mesh kind of came up a little bit. So here's this one. I'm personally a fan of Pampers in types of, like, if I had a child and it needed more absorbent, I'm a fan of Pampers. But if it's just for, like, look of the diaper, like on my reborns, then I go with Huggies because I like the cute designs. That's why I like that Pampers Pure has designs on their diapers as well. And Huggies, their tape is really weird. But Huggies diaper has this like blue leak guard on the side, which I'm not sure why some companies make diapers blue. And here is the inside of the Huggies overnight diaper. Trying to stretch it out so you can see the inside without it folding over. So theirs is more like a quilted type of look to it and feel. Pampers is more like of a mesh type feel and look. I personally like Pampers better, but ultimately this video comes down to absorbency. And this is the Pampers overnights do come in swaddlers. It's swaddlers overnight. The Pampers definitely feel softer than the Huggies material. And the Huggies feels like a thinner pad as well. The Pampers feels a lot thicker and is a lot softer. And the Huggies is kind of just like flat, not really has any cushion in there, not as soft. So just from feel and look, from the inside of the diaper, I would choose Pampers. From outside design, I would choose Huggies. So now we are going to do the absorbency part of the video. I'm going to do the Pampers first. I'm just going to grab a paper towel over here so it doesn't leak all over the counter. And I have not done a review of Pampers Swaddlers yet. I'm planning on doing that today. The Pampers Pure diaper did hold about 500. And that was a size 1. And again, this is a Swaddlers overnight size 5. So we will see if it holds 500 or even maybe a little bit more. Because overnights are the most absorbent diaper. 7th generation, I wasn't pleased with their daytime or nighttime diaper. But I do have a video of that as well. They don't have Pampers Pure for overnight. It is still like the 12-hour protection. But they don't have Pampers Pure for overnight quite yet. So I have about 900 cc's of water, tad bit over that in this cup. So we are going to pour a little bit now. Okay. So I've poured about 50 to 100 cc's in here. Probably more like 50. And you can see on the back how the wetness indicator has changed color. Blue and then the yellows up top. You can see that. I don't know. The lighting in here is bad. I'm sorry. It looks like my lips are blue. But believe me, they're not. It just depends on like the light in here. Because there's a window in here. I'm doing it in the bathroom only because I don't want to get water all over my electronics in my room. But you can see the blue and then the yellow. How the wetness changed. And the diaper itself, I mean, it feels damp, but for the most part pretty dry. And now I can kind of pick up the mesh a little bit because it is thinner. And you can tell all the weight is underneath the mesh. There's not really much weight in the mesh. which is good. Keeping that moisture away. And yes, I am tapping it to feel how wet it is, but it's pretty much already feels pretty dry from when I felt it the first time, just a second ago. So it absorbs fairly quickly. Okay, so that it went off the towel a little bit, but that was my bad. So that is about 200 I've put in there. Now I've put about 500 in here. Let me just check the back if it's leaked out the back any. It has not leaked out the back. It looks like. Let me just put it on a dry piece of the towel and see if it's leaked out any. I don't see any wetness on the paper towel like it has leaked. The diaper itself does feel very heavy. Just stretch this out a little more. Now I've poured about 400 in there. I'm just going to grab a new paper towel, do another dab test, if I can. Flip it over. For the most part, it is not leaking through the back of the diaper yet, which is a very good sign. Very heavy again, though. So we've poured about 500 in there, and it's still being absorbed. It has not leaked out the back yet, as far as I can tell. It is definitely wet on the back. Damp, not soaking wet or anything like that. If I fold it over. I'm gonna do another dab test here. It is definitely starting not to absorb. Feels very heavy. definitely is leaking now. Yeah, so this holds about 550 to 600 probably. Would be my best guess. So they are definitely more absorbent than Pampers Pure. But we are, again, comparing it to Huggies overnight. So we will see. And you can see how heavy. You can see how heavy this diaper is. How swelled up it is compared to what it was before. So it is definitely absorbed. A lot. Over there, and we will do the Huggies now. Fill up my water again. Now this one is filled up about to the 800 mark. Let's see. So for it to be equal to Pampers, it would need to get to about the 300, between 2 and 300 to be equal to Pampers or more. So let's see how this goes. Let's move on to the towel already. I think that's just where we're pouring it. Try to do it more throughout. It absorbs very quickly. So I've put about 250 in there now. Doesn't feel that heavy yet. Still feels very dry on the back. Dries very quickly. Sorry about that. I have people that keep calling me. I'm not sure why. But we've poured about 400 in there now. Feels very dry. The wetness indicator is definitely caught on to this. I think my Pampers Little Snugglers, it was a preemie size, but I think it held about 350 to 400, I believe. It definitely feels heavier now. Again, this is a quilted material, not a mesh material like Pampers. I have got about 500, and it is definitely leaking out now. Leaking out the sides. Very damp. It is not absorbing anymore at all. And the back is a little damp, but for the most part still dry at the back. But it definitely cannot hold anymore. And we are at about just under 300. So, Huggies and Pampers hold about the same. I did spill a little bit out of the Huggies diaper. So I would say it was more like 450-ish kind of. 450-ish, 475. But mine is about 100 more cc's. They're about the same. But if you're counting cc's, milliliters, the Pampers is better. And a lot softer. And just better built, I think. And I'm not just saying that because I like Pampers. We did a side-by-side comparison. And the absorbency in terms of milliliters is about the same, but Pampers holds a little bit more for the overnights. And just feel softer. You're gonna go in here, okay? They are both about equally as heavy. So, Pampers may have been a little bit heavier, but they are about the same, minus 100 cc's or so, in milliliter comparison. But Pampers is softer and just feels more comfortable. And Huggies seems a lot bulkier. Like when it's wet, it feels like a lot bulkier in terms of like uncomfortable on your baby's bottom from looking at the inside of the pad versus the Pampers was more flat, like water throughout. The Huggies just feels a lot more lumpy. Even before it was wet, there was just like a lump just in the middle, and it would not go flat. Bulky. I'm just getting this one out to see. Yeah, Pampers, there's not any lumps because the mesh helps it be flat against your baby's bottom. And this is just lumpy all over because it's like a quilted material instead of a mesh material. So that lumpiness is right against your baby's bottom, which just seems more uncomfortable to me. Again, not as soft. Pampers is like 3 cents more expensive. A little bit more expensive. I think in the Pampers there was 50 diapers, and in the Huggies there was, I believe, 54 or 56 diapers. And again, these are both size 5. So minus a couple diapers, same amount of diapers. So if you break it down per diaper, Pampers is for the overnight is more expensive than the Huggies overnight, but ultimately in feel when wet, feel before it's wet, and absorbency and just the look of the diaper. Um, Other than Pampers being shorter, if you have a shorter child, um, I would choose Pampers over Huggies. But that is just my opinion. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.